Big up to everyone, lovely family and lovely friends out there, wherever you're watching Awini Unity platform from. Thank you so much, and we do really appreciate your time for always staying here with us at Awini Unity platform. If today is your first time you're watching us from Africa, any part of Africa, if you are watching us from Cameroon, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Benin, South Africa, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mali, Senegal, the Gambia, Sierra Leone, Tunisia, Morocco, Libya, any part of Africa you are watching us from, and maybe probably you do not know what we normally talk about right here on this platform. Get to remind you once again, very quick one. This platform, we talk about African football. We also talk about Africa national teams, African club football, African players all over the world. So if you haven't subscribed to the platform, do subscribe to the platform and let us grow together as one family. If you are from a friend country and maybe probably you are not really good in English, you have nothing to worry. This platform will try our best possible to share or to translate what we are talking about right here for you to understand that in French. So you can always follow the French translation we are putting down right here. If you are also from Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, or Libya, and maybe probably or Sudan, and you do not really good in English, it is always good for you because we have translation for you that giving you right here in Arabic. It is good for you to know. We talk about African football. We're going to be talking about your country, Morocco, Tunisia, and Libya as well. So pay attention for the Arabic translation up here to able to understand what we are talking about right here on this platform. So this platform, we're going to be sharing with you three countries that already released their World Cup qualifier squad. The first country was South Africa, released their World Cup provisional squad, and the second country was Nigeria, also released their provisional World Cup squad, and the third country is DR Congo. We just got the message right now, and this is the breaking news. We have it for you. DR Congo also released their World Cup squad right here. So because of time, we're not going to be going through all of the players' name because of time. So we're going to be putting the list on your screen for you to see that on your screen. So as we are talking, you can see South Africa squad list. That is South African squad list you are seeing, and this is also Nigeria squad list. Our main focus, we're going to be talking about the Group C. The Group C, who can able to qualify on Group C. That is where Nigeria and South Africa and Rwanda is. And okay, so that is also DR Congo squad you are seeing on your screen, and DR Congo is in Group B. Okay, Group B in third position in the Group B. Then Sudan are leading them with 3 point difference. Sudan are top right there with 10 points. Senegal right there with 2 points, and DR Congo right there third position with 7 points. And Togo is fourth with 3 points, and South Sudan is there with 2 points, and Mauritania last in the group with 1 point. So that is, you can see in DR Congo squad list right on your screen. Let's drive our attention to the Group C. Group C, you have Rwanda top with 7 points. Nigeria is second with 7 points as well, but goals different. Rwanda have 2 goals different. South Africa have 1 goal. The third is Benin, also have 7 points, the same goes with South Africa, 1 goes. So these 3 countries have the same point. Rwanda, South Africa, Benin, they have 7 points. And Lesotho are 4th with 5 points, and Nigeria are 5th or is 5th with I was about to give Nigeria 7 points. Almost now, wow. So Nigeria have 3 points, and Zimbabwe have 2 points. All these countries, everyone can qualify. Let's say if Zimbabwe able to win all their matches, they can able to qualify. If Nigeria able to win all their matches, they can able to qualify. So Group C, there is no country right here you can just say, well, this team is out already. No, but when you look at the teams that have the better chances, is the teams the countries that already have the 7 points. That is Rwanda, South Africa, and Benin. So now, when you look at, I feel like in the group, South Africa have much more chance in Rwanda as well. The reason why I feel like South Africa have much more chance, when you look at South Africa, they play very well. I think South Africa can beat Rwanda. But let's base on this video South Africa and Nigeria. Okay, let's base in this video South Africa and Nigeria. If we have to talk that who have the better chance, yes, South Africa is leading Nigeria 4 point different. You can also see in the Group C. You can see it on your screen. South Africa leading Nigeria 4 point different. So now, South Africa, the reason why I feel like South Africa probably have the much more better chances that when you are talking about in terms of players, this is my opinion right here. Don't get me wrong. You can also share your personal opinion on the comment section and let's grow together. When you talk about players, of course, Nigeria have the best players, not just about Group C, but in Africa, I don't think that there is a country in Africa at this moment have better players than Nigeria. I don't think. Maybe you're going to talk about Morocco. Yes, also have players. But when you are talking about in terms of strikers, Nigeria have them. If we are talking about midfielders, Nigeria have them. If you are talking about defenders, right back, left back, Nigeria have them. One, if I sit down here and I close my eyes like this, I can name Nigeria players that will just come in my mind. I can name Nigeria players more than 100. More than 100 if I close my eyes. But when it comes to South Africa, frankly, I've been following African football for a very long time. Okay, the club football, African players in Europe, the national teams. But if I have to be honest with you, I cannot name South African players more than 4, if I have to be honest. I cannot name, if I want to close my eyes, maybe the highest going to be 3 players I can remember right now. But the good side of the South African team, probably you may not know a lot of their big stars' name. But the good side of South African team, they play as a team. South Africa do not have players like maybe I put just 3 names, like let's say Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, and Boniface, and so on and so on. Then maybe the team going to be relying on that. Okay, Victor Osimhen is our main man in the front, so he will definitely get a goal for us, or Ademola Lookman. South Africa don't play and rely on one player like that. What happened is that they play as a team. They work together as a team. They don't care who scored the goals, whether defender, striker. So when you are going to play against a country like that, it's always going to be difficult. Nigeria is not going to play against South Africa, but the main reason why we are talking about this, I believe that they are the big country in the Group C, not to write Zimbabwe and Rwanda off, no. But if we are talking about in terms of football, let's be honest, South Africa and Nigeria is ahead of the other countries based on when it comes to AFCON, World Cup, and stuff like that. So that is the main reason why this video in particular, we are basing on these 2 countries. But Rwanda as well can shock everyone. To remind you, if Nigeria really want to qualify, they have to make sure that they win every single game, which is going to be difficult for Nigeria going to play against Rwanda. Nigeria have all the players out there, but to play against Rwanda is going to be very, very difficult. Okay, it's going to be very, very difficult. Rwanda already beat Nigeria home, not in Rwanda, but they beat Nigeria back when the African Cup of Nations qualifiers was going on. I think it was 2-1 if I get that right. Beating Nigeria in Nigeria 2-1. Someone may put the argument like this that okay, Nigeria at that time Nigeria qualified already, so maybe they wasn't taking the match more serious. Yes, if someone make that argument, I can get it, which it makes sense as well. But in one way as well, when it comes to national pride, it is always something that every country want to have. So I feel like Nigeria would have also wanted to win the game so that at least they will have that kind of national pride. When you are talking about football record as well, they can count that we beat Rwanda like this. So I feel like we have to give credit to Rwanda national team as well. They put their homework right by going to Nigeria, beating Nigeria 2-1. Is it going to be the same case, the same result in the World Cup qualifiers? Well, I think my answer on that right here is no. One thing I noticed about Nigeria national team, Nigeria is always much more dangerous when they are playing away than home. Everybody know if you follow Nigeria football, how many teams that go Nigeria beating Nigeria, Central African Republic, Guinea-Bissau, beating Nigeria at home. But Nigeria is always very difficult to play against when Nigeria come your home. So I believe that do not be surprised that Nigeria will go to Rwanda and beat Rwanda, because this is World Cup qualifiers. And playing for the World Cup qualifiers, you're going to have different mentality from the players, because the players themselves want to be there. Players like Ademola Lookman, Osimhen, and all these players, I don't think that they will want to miss the World Cup once a second time again when they miss the last World Cup in Qatar, Ghana kicking Nigeria out. But it's going to be difficult, honestly. But I feel like Nigeria have the players to do it. So as things stand now, to be honest, if you ask me who is going to qualify in the Group C, I will find it difficult to point a one team to tell you that this is the team that's going to qualify. Maybe I will feel like maybe yes, Rwanda on top, but I will feel like maybe if I have to give some really, I would say maybe South Africa. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the coach have much more experience. Hugo Bruce, South African coach, have much more experience. When you look at Nigeria coach, yes, he's a very good coach. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of experience-wise, Eric is not really close to Hugo Bruce because he's been in the game quite for some time. So in everything, to my personal opinion, experience do count as well. So I feel like based on the experience of the coach and the way South African team always play together, when Nigeria play against them, whether home and away, it is always difficult for Nigeria to break the team down. So now Nigeria will be going to South Africa. They are next, not this qualifiers, because this qualifiers, Nigeria going to play their first game away against Rwanda, and the second game going to be against Zimbabwe. And South Africa also going to be playing their game against Lesotho, and their last game. I'm not talking about last game of the qualifier, but I'm talking about the last game of this time around. The two games. So the two games, first at home with Lesotho, and second against Benin. That is South Africa. With I am strongly that South Africa is going to beat Lesotho, and even if South Africa do not beat Benin, South Africa going to get draw against Benin. But you can't tell. So let us know what you think in the Group C. This is our personal opinion right here. No team right there to write off. Zimbabwe can qualify. Nigeria can qualify. Lesotho can qualify. South Africa can qualify. Rwanda can qualify. But the better chances stand for those who have the 7-7 point. If those who are down there to qualify, then they have to prove it to us when we get into the qualifiers. So let us know what you think as well on the comment section, whatever part Africa you may be watching us from, particular these countries we are talking about right here: Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa, Lesotho, Benin, and Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for always staying here with us. We do really appreciate your time, whatever part you may be watching us from. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do so and let us grow together as one family. We love you. Without you, we're not going to be here. So your contribution also matter.